G'day guys, I'm here with Lance Hedrick, who champion, barista, Latte Art Champion, was it 2017?
17 and 18.
And 18,
Yep.
Look at that, back-to-back champion. But he's here today and he's been helping Morgan, who we just talked to before, to get ready for the Worlds here. And yeah, what's it like training someone else to be like a protege almost?
Not protege, she's eclipsed me, but
no.
you know, I've actually never competed in barista. I helped train Andrea and coach Andrea whenever she was making her run. So I have experience doing it. I definitely, at the beginning, I was like, wow, I think I bit off more than I can chew. But, you know, US was an incredible experience, and we learned a lot there. But, yeah, I don't even know how to really describe it. I thought it'd be easier than competing, but I don't know. It's
actually harder.
I get more stressed watching her go than being on stage myself, just because I've been there helping tune in all the movements, just everything. So it's stressful.
Yeah, well, it's great that you could make it down to MICE. I mean, do you normally come down here? It hasn't been on for 3 years, so It's been a while. But have you ever been to here before?
No, it's my first time to Melbourne, actually.
First time to Australia or to Melbourne?
Second time to Australia. Yeah, right. First time to Melbourne.
How do you find it?
Yeah, Melbourne's great. I haven't got to see that much because we've been like coffee shop to do practices, so a lot of practice sessions. But the people have been awesome, so that's great.
Yeah, we're a pretty good culture, I think, down here. Yeah, we're pretty chill. Maybe not as good as Portugal. So you've moved to Portugal. How is that?
Oh my God, I can't even. It eclipses even what I was expecting it to be.
Really?
It's been a fantastic time. Yeah, I haven't been there that long. I moved in June, and I've been traveling around a lot since moving there. But once I get back from this trip, I'm not going to travel again for like probably 4 months. So I'm looking forward to that, and to like actually getting to integrate into the area and really perfect my Portuguese. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've noticed some of your pronunciations are really, like, you're getting the accent really well in there. Marago hipe, and I couldn't even pronounce it if I tried.
No, that was great. You did a great job. That was good.
So yeah, what's it like, I guess, the cultures now? You've done your US culture, coffee culture, now Portugal, and comparing it to, like, I guess, Australian culture. What do you find, like, any differences there in terms of the...
Yeah, huge differences. I mean, from my travels throughout Europe to US, and even across the US and then down here, and you're referring to like coffee culture as like barista culture and shop culture. Yeah, so Australia is still unique in that there's no other place really in the world where it's the standard to have a gourmet restaurant with your coffee shop. That's just not a thing.
Right.
And in fact, one of our locations with Onyx in Arkansas, we actually took inspiration from some shops down here. And one of our shops is like an Aussie-style cafe where we have like incredible foods. But that's not something you really find. You may have a handful in some of these places, but yeah, mostly you're seeing places that are focused mainly on coffee. You know, it's heavy pastries in the U.S. and some parts of Europe. But yeah, and then the barista community itself, there are some places that are much more competitive with each other, so there's not much of a barista community. Other places where the competition's, if it's there, it's always there, but it's not as much spoken about, so there's a nice, thriving barista community. It's different everywhere you go, and even in the States, as I said, there are like patches where it's really chill, really cool, and there are patches where it's really stressful and dramatic. So it like a lot of it though mirrors the city they're in, right? It's like New York, there tends to be a lot of stuff going on there, but New York's a hustle bustle city with people from all over, so you'd expect it. And then you have places like, I don't know, like in Nashville where it's a lot more laid back and chill, right? So I don't know, it's interesting seeing all the different cultures and how they're thriving.
So yeah, talk to us about the relationship with Onyx Coffee Lab and Morgan as well, and what's that been like? And
absolutely
coming up.
So I've been working at Onyx for about 4.5 years. I do wholesale for them, and I've known Morgan for probably for longer than that. I met Morgan before I worked at Onyx, just at happenstance in Portland, but this was before their TikTok days. But in fact, the way I found out she was famous on TikTok was because I didn't have a TikTok. She started a separate Instagram, and it was in my search and explore, and I saw her face, and I was like, no, I follow Morgan, what's going on? So I clicked on this one, and it was a separate account with like 500,000 followers, and I was like, what happened? What is going on? And then I saw in the bio, TikTok, 5 million followers. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so in February, I believe, I went to Portland and to do like a sales call and just check on a shop that we have there, and met up with Morgan for coffee. And we were chatting, and she said she was competing. I said, all right, so what coffee are you using? I don't know. Who's coaching you? Like, what roaster are you working with? Because she doesn't work for a roastery. She's at a coffee shop up there. And they said, I don't know. I was like, so wait, you have the U.S. Barista Championship in a month and a half, and you have no coffee, no coach, no team. What are you doing? And you're running all this business, and you're working at a cafe. What are you thinking? And she goes, I don't know. I just applied and I got accepted. And so I walked outside and I called John, who owns Onyx, co-owns Onyx with his wife Andrea. I said, hey John, we don't have a barista competitor this year. I was like, could we sponsor the coffee for my friend Morgan up here? And he literally said, do you think that she'd be a good competitor? I was like, yeah, I'll help her. So he said, sure, why not? Like, I trust you. So we sponsored Morgan's coffee and we had her fly down. We started working with her. And John and Andrea both obviously saw the potential really quickly with her skill set, her performance capability. Everything about her was they were just so in awe. And so, yeah, so anyway, we started to make this team effort. She came down 2 or 3 times. Then we met at US, ended up taking that home. But all I'd say, she now works with Onyx. So right after US, she became so tight with the team, and we became tight with her, and she now does marketing for us. Yeah, and so for this competition, we're using the same coffees we did for last competition, but the fresh crop, it's from Inmaculada in Colombia. We're using Sudan Ramey, and we're using Eugenioides. So same things we did at US, just with a fresh crop, and honestly, the taste is. They scored higher. They're absolutely incredible, this crop. So we're incredibly excited to use this coffee again from our friends at Inmaculada. Sadly, they weren't able to get their visa to be here. That was a big issue with people coming from Colombia. Really? It seems. Yeah, there's a lot of people I know from Colombia who couldn't make it. So that's a bummer. But yeah, so they'll be watching from afar. But I know Julian is excited about it. So we're stoked to represent their farm.
How do you find moving from the Black Eagle in the US to now having to deal with a Tempesta from Astoria?
Oh yeah.
What like changes, and like, have you had much experience with Astoria, Storm, and Tempesta before?
Yeah, so we got one the final week of Morgan's practice. So Morgan lives in Portland. We're in Arkansas. So every month they would fly out for about a week. And for the final week of practice, we had a Storm at our cafe. So Morgan got some practice with it, which is good. But it was very difficult because we're just going around different, like the San Remo Racers and La Marzocos and Mod Bars, just doing what we can. So yeah, it was weird, but the last few days we found a few places that had Storms, so we were able to really fine tune our shots with those and kind of get used to the workflow. But yeah.
That's great, and I hope all the best for Morgan tomorrow. She's competing, so I really do hope she takes it out, because I think she's worked hard, and you guys have worked hard. What do you got in store? Obviously, going back to Portugal and settling down, are you going to open a little espresso bar there? Are you going to bring out your own line?
No. I just wanted to move to Portugal. That's the stuff. For like shits and giggles. Yeah, people always ask that because I'm now no longer in Arkansas. I still work for Onyx, so I just do it all remotely. Yeah. I literally just wanted to live in Portugal. Yeah. Okay. There's really no more to it.
Yeah, I thought there's going to be like some.
No, I have 2 kids, and I wanted to raise them there as opposed to the U.S. And so moved out there, and it's just my wife and 2 kids are out there waiting for me now, and we literally just moved there to move there. So,
that's fantastic. Thank you so much for talking with us today, and all the best with moving to Portugal and growing up the kids there.
Yeah,
I'm a dad as well, so I know what it's like when you just want to do this family life stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thanks a lot. All right, take care.
Cheers.
See ya.